Hello guys and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making fried aubergine sauce or fried garden egg sauce. Anyhow you call it, garden egg, aubergines, that's what we are making. So if you're interested, just keep watching. This sauce is very, very, very delicious. So here we have all the ingredients we're going to need for this sauce, and here are our garden eggs, our aubergines. These are African aubergines. Yeah, the European ones are the purple ones, but these ones are the African aubergines. Here we have the veggies. So we have tomatoes, we have onions, garlic, ginger, and we have a red bell pepper. And here we have our dry fish. We need some dry fish. You don't have to, but it makes a difference. It changes the taste, definitely. And here, this powder is smoked prawns. Yeah, smoked prawns or crayfish is up to you. They will both do a great job. And here we have our main ingredients, like our protein. We have some beef, and nicely cut beef, fresh, cleaned, ready to be cooked. So let's start the cooking. We're going to start by blending all our vegetables. So our sweet bell pepper, our tomatoes, our onions, and our garlic and ginger. So one thing I would like to mention here is that when you're blending, we don't want to add any liquid to the mix. So when you're blending, put the tomatoes first in the blender before you add the rest of the vegetables, so that the tomatoes, because of the high water content in the tomatoes, is going to help blend the whole thing together without you having to add any liquid or anything like that. And then once we've blended everything, we're going to set them aside and we're going to start cutting our aubergines. So here are the aubergines, and now we're going to cut them into very, very tiny pieces, as small as you can. Yeah, so I split mine into, I think, 6 parts, like the middle, the other middle, then I'll split again. Yes, so that's 6 parts, and then I cut them into small pieces. I didn't want to blend them. I did not want to add them to my chopper either to chop them, because even chopping will be way too tiny for me, because once you start frying it, once it gets to the fire, it's going to start melting and it's going to shrink, kind of. It becomes so soft. So if it's too small, well, I won't like the texture. That's me. Yeah, but for this particular recipe, it's better if you cut it the way I'm cutting it. So yeah, that's just an idea. Now if you want, you can still blend them. So before we finish, let's go and season our beef. And here I'm adding some all-purpose seasoning and some salt. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to add some onion slices to it and add a bit of water, and that is it. We're going to cover and allow to cook, and we go back to finish cutting our aubergines. So here we are, we're gonna finish cutting our aubergines. Our beef is cooking, and just to say as well, you don't have to use beef. You can use chicken, you can use lamb. It's completely up to you, but here we are using beef today. So here is our aubergines. They are all finished, they're all ready. Yes, and they look delicious already. Some people eat them raw, just like that. I've never tried, but I think I'll try it one day. I've never thought of trying it, but I've seen some people, especially Nigerians, they eat it raw like that. I think in my country as well they do though. I think they do in my country as well, but I've never tried it raw myself. So I don't know how it tastes, but I'll try one day. So here I'm checking my meat, and it's soft enough for me. So I'm just going to separate the meat from the stock, put the stock on the side, and I'm not sure I will need the stock. I'm not going to need the stock because we are frying the sauce. So I won't need to. I'm going to allow the stock to cool down, and I'm going to freeze it for any time I will need it, for my rice, for my jollof rice, or anything like that. Yes, this will be very good for any fried rice or jollof rice or anything like that. So keep it in the freezer, no waste at all. So here we have our meat. We're going to allow the pot to dry a bit, keep the fire on, allow all the liquid in there to dry, then add your oil. Add enough oil, don't be afraid. It's fried aubergine sauce, so put enough oil. At the end of the cooking, you will be able to remove the excess oil if you wish. So here, these leaves I'm adding is for flavor, yeah, and these are African leaves. I don't know the name in English at all. If you recognize it, if you know the name, please put it in the comment section, please. But you can use, if you don't have it, you can use bay leaves instead. Yeah, that will do perfect. So keep mixing on high heat until all your meat are nicely fried, just like that. Yeah, and now we're going to remove the beef, the meat, nicely fried, nicely crispy. We're going to put them on the side, and in that same pot with that same oil you see there, we're going to start the sauce. So in the oil, I'm going to add some onion slices, and then I'm going to fry it for like just 1 minute, few seconds to 1 minute, and then we're going to add our tomato mix, our blend, all the veggies we blended earlier. We're going to add it to the oil, and we're going to fry it together. So now it's time to add the dry fish. Yes, at this point we want to add the dry fish, so it has time to cook down with the tomato sauce, because we don't want the dry fish to be hard. We want it to have time to soften in the soup. So for the what I showed you just now is the crayfish powder, the prawn powder. We keep it on the side. We don't need it yet. We'll use it at the end. So I'm just gonna season with some salt. You can add some Maggi cubes if you wish to, but I'm not adding any Maggi cube. That's why I added the all-purpose seasoning at the beginning in the meat. Yeah. So now we're gonna fry the tomato sauce until all the humidity, all the juice dries up completely. I'm gonna throw in there some chili, yeah, because I did not blend. If you eat chili, blend it with your tomatoes. If not, this is what I'm doing. I keep my chilies in my fridge, and this is what I'm doing. I just throw it in there, and everybody use it anyhow. Yeah. So this is what my soup is looking like. The water content has dried down. My sauce has fried nicely, and this is what it's looking like. Yeah, you have to keep mixing until you get your result, otherwise it's going to burn. It can easily burn, so please keep an eye on your sauce until you are ready to start frying your aubergines. I just removed the chili because they got soft, and I don't want to crush them in the soup, and the soup is going to turn out very spicy. So I removed them to keep them on the side, and now I'm going to pour all my aubergines in there, and now we're going to fry the whole thing together. And it's now time to add our crayfish powder or our prawn powder. It's now time to add it in there and mix the thing together. We're going to fry it like that. There's a little bit, there's not much humidity, water content in the aubergines, but once you start cooking, you will see that it's going to become a bit moist. Now I've just added 2 tablespoons of palm oil in there. It's optional, you don't have to, but I like the taste, the African taste that you're looking for in your soup. This is what I'm looking for, and that's why I added it to my food. Yes, so it makes a big difference as well. So try it and you will not regret it. I'm trying to remove, I saw some bones from the fish, so I'm trying to remove them. Yeah, I don't want to cook with it. So now we're gonna add all our fried meat in there, and we're going to fry the whole thing together. At this point, you want your aubergines, your tomato, your aubergine mix, yeah, to taste very good. So correct the seasoning. If you need salt, if you need more seasoning, anyhow, adjust everything before you add your meat, your beef in there. Once you add your beef, we are not adding anything else. We didn't add any water in this soup. If you notice, no liquid whatsoever. Now look at how it's boiling. I did not add anything. At some point, when the aubergines will get softer, you will see that there will be a bit of moisture in your food. Just keep mixing it and frying it until you are happy and satisfied. Once you see the oil on top like that, the way you see it there, that means it's ready and you can serve it. And voila, food is ready. Look at that, how delicious. This was so yummy. We ate it with rice on that same day, but this will be definitely best with boiled yam, boiled plantain, or boiled cassava. But it was very delicious with rice as well. But I could not miss the plantain, so the next day I had to go and buy my plantain to enjoy this soup, And yes, I put a clip in there for you to see the deliciousness of this thing. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and see you in my next video. Bye.